want a war, you're going to get one.
What was that? He had no time for one more play.
He had an opportunity to win that game at the end.
But the referee screwed us. The brother screwed us.
I'm upset, but
the brother screwed us.
At least they fought back and tried.
Only Cowboys game.
You literally.
The brother screwed us. The brother screwed us. He had one man opportunity for one more play.
Dallas still stinks. Yo, by the way, Kick Dick back here. Welcome to another day of practice post Patriots joint practice workouts and all that stuff. We are back. What is going on, everybody? Hope you guys are doing well. Hope you're hanging in there today. Let's see who we got here. Summer Rolls, what's going on? Clay, what's up? Trey, Nick, Get the Does, Daniel, Daz, my man, Aaron Jones, Mean Metal Mike. What's going on? JoJo Smith, Nick, James, thank you guys for being here. I see people are still pouring in. Thank you guys, anybody coming in late, like Trey's here. Jim Bop's here. Pin. Thank you, Philly Matt. Gotti's Way, what's going on? Been a while. Real Recognized Gaming, thank you for being here. Greg, Daniel, anybody I missed, I appreciate it. Yeah, we should see what's going on because we got Makai Lemon is back. And really we got a lot to talk. Let me lower this to you. We got a lot to talk about today. Because there's a lot of stuff to say about that game the other day. Let's get up this injury report real quick here. All right, so it looks like rookie Eli Stowers will not practice today. Okay. He appeared to get banged up Saturday. I didn't notice him getting banged up, but that makes sense. There's Lemon. They're out in the back. They got shorts on today, so I don't know how big of a practice is going to be because tomorrow's the public practice, which I will be streaming. We're going to do it as a shakedown podcast tomorrow. Sean Mannion said there's no rush to determine quarterback 2. He said it could be stretch a week. Dude, Andy Dalton stinks. Let's just not even pretend, you know? So Stowers is out today. No practice for Willie Lampkin either. Lampkin, I think, is a stud. Wide receiver Elijah Moore neck, running back Damian Pierce hamstring are among returning from injury. And I believe it looks like Makai Lemon on some level is going to return as well. So that's going to be very, very good. No doubt about it. What's going on, Tox? How are you? Jalen, what's going on here? Yeah, I'd take Anthony Richardson over Dalton. Oh man, me too in a minute. I don't mind that move. Like go get him as somebody develop. You know what I mean? Willie Lampkin should start at center. Well, I'll tell you what. I mean, we'll have to see how Cam Jurgens looks, but I feel like way more comfortable if somehow Jurgens isn't healthy. You know? Makai Lemon needs to have a monster week preseason game. Yeah, it'd be nice to get him out on the field. Philly Mannion, when asked about using fullback in the offense, I don't want to reveal too much. Lampkin at fullback, I don't know. You think you'd put Lampkin at fullback? I think maybe they would keep Carson Steele and put him at fullback. I really liked, there was so much I liked about the last preseason game. For me, forget the loss, but I really love that we were playing vanilla offense, but certain things that are just basic that they just avoided for years, they did. And it was nice to see. Jurgens has it down here and everyone wants to replace him. Well, I think people are more worried, when he went and got stem cell treatment that he's not going to recover. I really think that's what it's more about. What about Grenard? Will we get Grenard? It doesn't look like he's going to be back until maybe the very end of camp. Now they got 3 more technically 3 more training camp practices, and then we go into regular season mode. But I don't think he'll be back till right before the season starts, if then. CJ Davis, what's going on? You either have to release Kendall or that guard from Georgia we drafted. Then Kendall's got to go. Then Kendall would have to go. I like Carson Steele Philly. I do too. I liked him too, man. I thought he was great, and he was great out of the backfield. The halfback screen was good. How about even the wide receiver screen didn't take long to develop? 0 reports on Cam looking hurt still. My statement stands. Oh, I agree with you. I agree with you there. He doesn't look hurt. And if he's not hurt, he'll start and he'll be fine. Nick, thank you for the super chat, my man. First of the day, appreciate it. Check Eagles account just made roster move. All right, let's see what we got. All right. Okay. So that's 2 moves that they made. Let's pull that up here. So the Eagles, breaking news, thank you, Nick. Shout out to you. Breaking news, breaking mother humping news. The Eagles released safety JT Gray and waived injured running back John Quindon Jackson. Now, Jackson's the one that got hurt. Thank God he was moving and everything was okay. I wonder if this is something where he clears waivers, and then they bring him back and put him like on IR or something. But this should create 2 roster spots for the Eagles. What are they going to do with that? That's the question. You think we have enough roster space for Steele? I mean, they can make it. Did you hear that shit? Those are jet fighters. Damn, they came out of nowhere. You think we have enough roster space for Steele? I mean, they would have to make it. I'm not getting rid of Kendall, then you stash him. I would release Major, then keep Kendall and that guard we drafted. Eagles release waived in. Yep, we were talking about that now. What up, Clark? How are you? Marianne, what's going on? Carson makes it 53. I would assume not. If I had to guess, I don't think Carson Steele's going to make it. I think he'll probably get waived, and I think he'll probably clear waivers. I mean, he looks like a good running back coach, but there's a lot of running backs in this league. I would assume he clears waivers and then comes back on the practice squad. Now, the only thing I could say is if like maybe maybe if they really want him at fullback, they could do it. But yeah, I don't know. Momo, what's going on? Philly, I got another one of you in the making. All right, Momo, bring it, Momo. Bring it. I love it. I thought that was hilarious. Thank you so much. Momo had it short for those that don't know where we were fighting. It's kind of funny. Mark Holmes gets offended about those, but Philly 500 don't care. He loves it. All right, so here's the Eagles practice report for today. Wow, this is going to be a fast practice. Will not practice. Markel Bell, thumb, leg. Jacorian, what the hell is he doing to get hurt your thumb and leg? Jacorian Bennett, knee. Grant Calcaterra, back. He's another one. Jonathan Jones, shoulder. We talk a lot about like Lemon missing practice. I mean, we brought Jonathan Jones, who's supposed to be a decent defensive back. He hasn't been in camp at all. Willie Lampkin, stinger. Mac McWilliams, shoulder. Eli Stowers, hamstring, another hamstring. Aubrey Thomas, groin. Quez Watkins, foot. And Cole Wisniewski, a concussion. Man, Cole Wisniewski, it's a shame, but like, he's been like, seriously, like, it's one thing after another. What the hell, man? Let's see. Josh, I mean, look, Josh got to make this team. I think both guys need to make this team. I'd rather have Steele than Shipley. I would too, but I just don't think the Eagles would do that. I don't know how we would get rid of a draft pick like that. Aliens are in the area of 500, maybe. But man, those things have been flying around, I would say, at least 2-3 times a week lately. 500, what did I miss? Any word on Hassan Reddick? Nah, nothing on Hassan Reddick. I don't want Hassan Reddick, dude. I think Hassan Reddick shot. He's had 3.5 sacks in the last 23 games. I don't want him. Lemon needs to do some sit-ups. Lemon needs to get going. That's for sure. Carson over Shipley. My personal opinion is I agree with you. Rocky, thank you for a super chat. Latu or Steele will be fullback. Yeah, you're probably right. They could definitely do that. So if you keep one of those guys as fullback on the roster, right? So how many running backs are you going to keep? 3 running backs and 1 fullback, right? I assume that's what you do, right? So you go 3 running backs, 1 fullback, 5 to 6 wide receivers. You know, the receiver situation is really interesting because what I've heard is that actually Elijah Moore sounds like might be the odd man out. And he's had a pretty good camp. So that's kind of interesting. I mean, we'll see if that actually holds up. You know? So Devontae Smith and Makai Lemon are back at practice for the first time in 3 weeks. That's beautiful. All stars are practicing. That's good news. Stowers hamstring. Jeez, man. Jacoyan Bennett will not make the 53-minute. You might be right about that. The new offense, I'm thinking they'll keep a lot of extra linemen. 3 running backs, Saquon, Tank, and Shipley, and fullback Steele. I think they'll prioritize running the ball. We need to get run doing to open up the. I agree. I think you might be right. It sounds like they're gonna have a fullback. So yeah, 3 running backs and 1 fullback. Yeah, I think you might be right, DC. Quez Watkins came back at the end of last year. Like I think after the season ended, he signed like a future contract with the Eagles. I believe, but he's got to go. Like he's got to go. He's got to go. And here we got Lemon out there working out. Yeah, Dropkins is definitely gone. Bennett was a terrible move. I know he was, and it kind of surprises me because when he got released from the Raiders, a lot of Raider fans were like, "Oh man, the Eagles got a steal here. They stole one from us." Now, usually Howie's really good with those like sneaky moves. It just hasn't worked out. I've never seen a wide receiver with a flabby gut like Lemon. I'm sure there's been some. Cole is not making the roster. Another injury is just too much. Maybe you stash him. You know, I think here's the thing: if you cut Cole Wisniewski, I don't think anybody's going to pick him up. So I think he'll clear waivers, and then you'll get him back on the practice squad. Yo, Philly, what's our sponsor today? It's Prize Picks. It is Prize Picks. We only have one sponsor today. We've fulfilled our second sponsorship requirements. Ezekiel, I think it's around the last season. We didn't use him. Let's see here. I feel like this may end up being a really short practice today because they're gonna have a long practice tomorrow. But we'll see. All right, nothing. I got nothing right now. Let's get some B-roll here. Here's some highlights from the Patriots Eagles practice. Philly Lemon is practicing, Eagles Drew. And what's going on, Eagles Drew? Shout out to Eagles Drew. Hey, he's got a new channel himself. If you guys haven't, go check it out. Go sign up. Drop your link in the chat, Eagles Drew. Go sign him up. Go sub him up, guys. You don't get rid of Shipley. He moves the pile, always falling forward. They're not going to move him. They won't move him. Howie won't do that because he doesn't believe in cutting draft picks like that. Grenard is not missing all that time. Yeah, Grenard is the one, you wonder how soon is he going to come back. The thing with Grenard is he's a veteran. So I feel like, he should be able to adjust, but everybody's talking about Hassan Reddick. I would go out and get Brandon Graham before I get Hassan Reddick. And I think it was Leo that said that on the other night on Bird Section. Shout out to Bird Section. And I agree with him. I would go out and get Brandon Graham before I would get Hassan Reddick. I'm an alien from Sirius Star System? Mm-hmm. Sure. All these aliens, where they at? Watson named star Cleveland. Money is always the factor. Yeah, I didn't watch the Cleveland game. I know I saw Shador was starting in the first half. How did they both play and how did they both look? Like, are people pissed off that Watson's starting, other that they just don't like him because of his, off the field stuff? Or has he stunk and they're still giving it to him? I think we're good at edge rushers if we're not going after Max Crosby. Well, I think a lot of it is tied into how, where you think Grenard's going to be. Nothing wrong with Shipley, though. I'm not going to act like I know every running back in the league, but I kind of confident to say he might be the best third running back. Yeah, I don't know if I would label him the third best running back or the best third in the depth chart. I think he's all right. I mean, like, I think you could, like, to me, if Pierce was healthy, I think if Damian Pierce was healthy, he would have beat Shipley out. The problem is he hasn't been healthy. And that's killing him right now. All right, I'm looking for updates. Nothing. It's quiet. The last update I got is the injury report. By the way, what's up, my brother? What's going on? How are you? Watson was really bad at preseason, but I think he can ramp up the play better come regular season. I read something that they were saying that because the Browns have 2 road games, they want him to start without the pressure of the home team, which it sounds ridiculous. To me, it's like, just play the best guy. Play the best guy. Sanders started 9-9 with a touchdown, ended 9-11 with 1 interception off the hands. Really? And Watson was not that good? Jeez. Yeah, that's really well, that's why they're the Cleveland Browns, They'll wind up trading. They shouldn't have drafted Sanders. They should have let Sanders go. He would have been an Eagle. If he doesn't get drafted by the Browns, the Eagles are taking him. And then he's sitting back behind Jalen Hurts, developing into a quarterback. And he would have been better off. So I do think Nick will give Steele a chance in the season. I don't know. I mean, if he makes him the fullback, he will. But I like the kid. They're not gonna play the best guy when they gave him the most guaranteed money. That's true. That is true. So what if who you think getting cut? Yeah, I don't know. I mean, any controversial cuts? I'm sure there'd be 1 or 2. I think the most interesting one is, for me right now, like the wide receivers. Like, I want to know what the depth chart is in their mind. Like, obviously you have Devontae, you have Wicks, you have Makai Lemon. It seems like Hollywood Brown's making his team, like, just by the fact he doesn't play in preseason. And then you get Darius Cooper, who I thought was the best wide receiver the other night. And then you get Elijah Moore. I think the Eagles are. I think Elijah Moore might be the cut that people are a little shocked about. Sanders allowed self-promoter, or the Eagles would have taken him. Well, the Eagles were going to take him, right? The Eagles were getting ready to take him. That was what was being said, and the Browns jumped us. And yeah, it was pretty sure it was out there. Like, yeah, the Eagles are going to take him, and the Eagles actually tried apparently to get him earlier, and he didn't want to go there because he didn't want to be a backup or something. But he would go there if he didn't get drafted and he fell later. And the Eagles were getting ready to take him. That's what they said. So, take that for what it's worth. We don't know for fact, but you see Hollywood Brown, Darius Cooper make an impact. I think Darius Cooper will. I think Darius Cooper's a player. And I was really proud of Darius Cooper this game. He needed a bounce back game after the first one, I thought. All right, so let's see here. The thing to know about Eagles Monday practice report is Makai Lemon is not on it. Eagles rookie wide receiver Makai Lemon is making full return of practice today. Just participated in 7-on-7s, which we didn't hear one thing about. They're already in 7-on-7s. This is going to be a quick practice. Philly, you got to understand Reddick would only be playing a limited role, passing downs only. You get freshman Son Reddick on guaranteed pass situation would be great. Yeah, I see your point. I mean, I get it. I do. But do you want him just for like here's my thing. Two things. One, does he have anything left? Like, here's a guy that was with Tampa Bay, decent team last year, and he had 2.5 sacks. I mean, he had only 2.5 sacks. And then he had one sack with the Jets. So in 23 games, he's had 2.5 sacks. Has he turned a corner? Like, is he on the downside of his career? What can we really expect from him? And if he's only going to give you 1 or 2 sacks, would you rather not have Brandon Graham, who can play the run also? Because Hassan Reddick doesn't. And if you remember the whole thing with Reddick not wanting to drop back in coverage, would Reddick want to do the things that Vic Fangio would want him to do? Now, I get it, like, on paper. Yeah, it's a great signing if you could get, like, on paper. I just don't know what he's got left. Like, we saw, remember Robert Quinn? The guy has 17.5 sacks with the Bears. Wants to get traded, gets traded to the Eagles, and has like 1 sack the whole year. And it's like when those edge rushers fall off, they fall off a cliff. And it's like overnight. And I'm just worried that he ain't got nothing left. Yeah, Johnny Wilson was released. I think he was brought back, though. Makai Lemon's already back with the first team offense, first day back. Where did you see that? But I'm sure he is. I'm sure he is. Brandon Legal says, good to see Devontae Smith is back. Jalen Hurts hits him over the middle for a nice connection on 7-on-7s. I like that. I want to see Makai Lemon make some plays in practice today. Here you go. Elliot Shore Parks is reporting what was just said here. Makai Lemon already back with the first team offense on his first day back. No, I'm not surprised, though. Not surprised at all. EJ Smith says, Makai Lemon and Devontae Smith both working with the starting offense during 7-on-7s. Smith just closed out the session with a catch over the middles. Wow, they're already through. They're already through 7-on-7s. Damn. It's flying there. So with that said, before they get into the 11-on-11s, a quick word from our sponsor. It's America's #1 sports pick app. It is the best app to use while watching sports. Plus, it is really simple to use. Just pick more or less on a few player stats, lock in your lineup, and boom, you're ready to go. Or if you're like me, you can check out the new team pick section where you can pick on team winning, different spreads, all sorts of different things. Plus, Prize Pick is available in almost all 50 states, including California, Texas, and Florida. Now, today, for me, we are going to operate in that team picks area, and we are going to take one of the easy questions that they offer in the team pick section. That is stage of elimination for the Dallas Cowboys. I am choosing the Dallas Cowboys to be eliminated after the regular season. That's right. No playoffs for the Dallas Cowboys. I think this is easy guarantee. That's why I'm locking it in. The Cowboys to not make the playoffs. It is, I think, a surefire bet. Now, if you like this or you want to do something similar or different, maybe you want to get back at me, go check out the Prize Pick app in the description. Download it. Use promo code HMA when you sign up and play your first $5. And if your $5 lineup hits, you get $150 in lineup credits. Play your first $5 lineup and get $150 in lineup credits. That's an insane new offer for new users. They just dropped it, but you got to use promo code HMA. Link is in the description. Get $150 in lineup credits on your first $5 lineup if you win. Check it out and shout out to Prize Picks. All right, shout out to Prize Picks for sponsoring today's video. We appreciate it so very, very much. All right, let's see what we got going on here. So last thing I got is a Makai Lemon's full practice, blah, blah, blah. That's all we got happening right now. So, yeah, we'll see what happens. What's next? Philly, they won't bring Ertz, pride, or money. Probably injury, the fact that you got young guys, probably wait and see. Like a veteran like him, you don't need to sign him this early in camp. Philly, Joe Burrow is not happy in Cincinnati, tired of getting killed behind the offense. He said it might be time he gets a fresh start elsewhere. Hurts struggles. Do you take a look at him next season? If the Eagles came to the conclusion, and I don't think they will, and I don't think that's going to happen, but just for argument's sake, let's just say he does struggle and the Eagles are reluctant to sign him. Just for argument's sake, yeah, then I would look at it. Yeah, but I don't think that's going to happen. You know, I really don't. What were your guys' thoughts? Oh, yeah, here we go, baby. I got to report this. My boy again. Jalen Hurts to Darius Cooper is an automatic of a connection that you will find. Darius Cooper is the man. I love that kid. I love him. I honestly think after this preseason game, I'm going to be honest, and I'm not trying to hype people and all that crap. I'm just giving you my personal opinion. I think the Eagles are going to win the Super Bowl. I do. I think that they're showing right now they can run the ball. That offensive line looks like it's back to where it was. I think this defense is going to be way better than people are even expecting. This defense is loaded. They're loaded with stars, man. And they're shining. And depth players are showing to be legit starters in this league. This team is deep. They're healthy. They can run the ball. They can play defense. And then to watch the offensive coordinator do simple things like a hot read or like hit the running back out of the backfield when they're blitzing. Like simple things like that. I think this team's going to go back. I know it sounds crazy, but I'm super high on the Eagles after that last game. That last game showed me what I needed to see. Is Carter going to have more than 8 sacks? I'm going to say yes. I'm going to say he is. I think Carter's going to have a monster year. You know, I do. Let's see. We're looking for updates. We scouring for updates. I would like to hear like Makai Lemon catches a ball over the middle for 30 yards, you know? I've had a hard rock bet for 3 weeks saying Eagles win Super Bowl. I'm telling you, I saw what I needed to see. The gorilla definitely. I mean, look at the vanilla. Like this dude. Okay, all of a sudden, this kid's a player. All right. Now, I'm not saying he's a starter and he's going to be a Pro Bowler right away, but if he's your fourth defensive tackle and as a vanilla gorilla, and he's playing the way he looked. I mean, he's dominant. All right, you look at Jeremiah Trotter. That jump that Trotter made on that play, on that blitz, where he knew the snap. That's the type of player he is. Very instinctive. Trotter is an all-pro linebacker. And you got Quignon, you got DeJean. They're only going to get better. This is the first time you're ever going to have Jalen Carter and Jordan Davis in shape at the same time. And then you got the breakout year of Jalix Hunt. Hopefully Nolan Smith can follow suit. Now you're going to tell me that this offensive line is healthy back to where it was. Barkley's about 15, 20 pounds lighter. He looks really, really good. And you've got depth upon this offensive line, and you have a competent offensive coordinator. And yeah, this team, they're built to win. They are built to win. I think a lot of people are going to be sorry that they doubted the Eagles. History tells us Lampkin will be starting somewhere at some point this season. And I'm okay with that from what I've seen. I mean, we have been here before. A lot of our draft picks took a few years to arrive and start balling. Looks like Robinson might have had it clicked. Agreed. That's why you can't, that's why when the people get down on, Makai Lemon, you can't do it that quick. You've got to wait. You got to wait. You got to give them time. I think we were going 12, 5, 13, 4. I got between 12 and 14 wins myself. That's what I think too. Dallas always think they will win something. Shaking my head, go Birds. They do, but I'm basing it on actual proven factors. One, you've already shown that if you could play a good defense and you can run the ball with this offensive line and this running back, you're capable of winning it all. And now you get it. Did you guys see those the wide receiver screen? The simple wide receiver screen didn't take an hour to develop. It wasn't telegraphed pre-snap, and it was done quickly. How about the running backs out of the backfield on a blitz, and you hit them really quick? These are things that were not in the offense's playbook last year, and everybody just assumed it was because of Hurts, but it wasn't, because the backups didn't do it either. This year they're doing it, and I think they're gonna be a pain in the ass for teams. The last time the Eagles had any easy schedule like this, we went to the Super Bowl, which was 2022. I mean, that's what I think. Jalen Hurts, here you go. Jalen Hurts hits Hollywood Brown on a deep for about 35 yardage. All right, Hollywood Brown sighting. Hollywood Brown sighting. Now that we have an actual offensive coordinator with actual experience, I hope this is the last time the Eagles make the same mistake. Now that we have an actual offensive coordinator with actual experience, I hope this is the last time the Eagles make the same mistake. Now that we have an actual offensive coordinator with actual experience, I hope this is the last time. Did you hear that? That was weird. That was a weird echo. Mannion, I liked what I saw from Mannion. Cooper should be number 2. Wicks and Lemon in the slot. Yeah, they're not going to do that. I think right now, I think here's the depth chart. This is my guess, but it's Devontae Smith, Wicks, Lemon, Hollywood Brown, Darius Cooper, Elijah Moore. That's what I think it is right now. So who are we realistically? Because Cooper is going. I think Elijah Moore's going. I think Elijah Moore doesn't make this team as of right now. That would be my guess. All right, so here's Makai Lemon. I think Makai Lemon is going to be a good slot receiver for this team. We got 729 people in the chat, by the way. Thank you guys so much for being here. Please hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. Zach Berman says, big day for the Eagles. Their top wide receivers are in team drills together for the first time since August 3rd, a practice that might have been the best yet for the passing offense. It's been harder to gauge this group during the past 3 weeks. This is a major step. Devontae Smith's presence changes the offense. Man, Devontae Smith going off this year. Moro Ojomo has gotten to the backfield a ton today. This is what I'm saying. We're talking about Moro Ojomo is your third rotational defensive tackle, and he could start on most teams. This team is like ridiculously deep. We praying that Lemon will be a stud. Well, I look. I don't think we're praying any more than any other player a team drafts in the first round. You know, it's all a crapshoot at the end of the day. We're not doing anything more than any other team with their draft picks. Waiting to see what Lemon looks like a punt return. That's great. That's a great take. That's a great take, fan of the Batman, because if he, my big complaint with the Eagles is that return game sucks. That punt return game sucks. And if Lemon could be a returner, that could be huge for us. No, Johnny Wilson, he got cut and was cleared waivers, brought back to Eagles IR. So he's on IR. They might cut Cooper and see if they can sneak him into the practice squad so we can keep them on. Yeah, I don't think he'll make it. I don't think he'll make it at all. I don't think there's a chance. I think he's gotten so much attention the last 2 years nationally. I think he doesn't make it. And I think they like him more than Elijah Moore, to be honest with you. I mean, that's what I heard, that they like him more than Elijah Moore. So we'll see. 500 Joe Milton for Dallas looks good. Do you think we need to change the backup quarterback position? I think we could use an upgrade at the backup quarterback. I think if you look at this past game, I don't think Andy Dalton was any good. I don't think Tanner McKee was all that great, but his stats look better. I thought Tanner McKee got better later in the game, like the more he played. But Andy Dalton sucked. No, I don't think they will. He'll never make it through waivers. Lemon's a worker. I believe his body gives out before he quits upstairs. He's got a great mindset. I mean, look, we've seen this before. You know, we've seen this before with guys missing time. You just got to be a little patient. Lemon's a worker. I believe he's probably give up before he quits upstairs. Great mindset. I like it. I agree. So Tanner McKee first up with quarterback twos and 11 on 11s. McKee is the top backup today. That could be a move coming off of this game. And I firmly agree with it. Tanner McKee should be starting over Dalton. Big Dom returns kicks. I know, right? Covey led the league in yards 2025 punt returns and kickoffs. I think you should keep him there. I think we should get rid of him. Like I hold my breath every time he gets the ball because he just looks like he's about to get wrecked. And he fumbled that ball, lucky to get it back. But I don't think he's a weapon on special teams. Like I don't. But I respect your opinion. Devontae Jones, thank you for the super chat. Johnny got put on season-ending IR 2 years in a row. Yeah, it's a shame, but at least they hold on to his rights, give him a chance to get going. You know, put Hollywood Brown at kick returner. He's fastest on. I like that idea. I do, but I don't think they've done it. Now Cooper is definitely not getting cut. David, thank you for the super chat. Just got off Cooper and seeing AJ Brown go down. Just got off Crapper seeing AJ Brown go down. Oh, is that true? Did he really? Did he got hurt? That's not good. That's not good. Their whole passing game is AJ Brown, so that would be bad. If that's true. Let's see. What up, Philly? I want Andy here for the purpose of having a mentor quarterback on the sideline for Hurts as it goes through new offenses here. I'm fine with Andy. I agree, SS. That's exactly how you're going to use them. That's exactly how you got to use them. And David, thank you so much for that super chat. We got 760 people in the chat. Thank you guys for being here. Hit that like. Make sure you subscribe if you haven't. And we're looking for updates right now. Ringo needs to go. Yeah, I hear you. What the F does Lane got to do with anything goofy? And plus, we guys replacement ready. Wait, what happened with Lane? Philly, it will be a disgrace if they don't play Payton for a full half. Oh, I agree. I agree, Mark. They got to play. I would probably play him from the second quarter on. Like seriously, I would probably play him for the second quarter on. Like I wouldn't start. I wouldn't play most of my guys this week. Like even like guys like Darius Cooper, Hollywood Brown. They're not. I'm not even playing them. Vanilla Gorilla finally smacking down those bananas. Dude, he looked good, man. I mean, he even like he had 2 sacks, but he was in on like every play. He was a monster. We don't need a great backcourt, just a capable one. Oh, I agree. Cooper DeJean Mustard? What? Let's see what we got here. So the Eagles are about an hour into practice, right? About an hour, almost an hour. I'm guessing it's going to be a quick. Let's see. Tanner McKee back up. That's the last thing I got. I would like to hear. Makai Lemon's name get mentioned though, like in some catches. Like I want to see. I want to hear him do something. So can you make a best Ty Robinson highlight this year? Yeah, I could do that. I love Clint Hurt. Clint Hurt is, he's developing those guys left and right, man. Left and right. Do we actually? Yeah, I think we need Grenard. I still think you need him. Hopefully he'll be back soon. We need a Phillies versus Red Sox World Series. That would be cool. Grenard hosing us. If the injury happens during team authorized activities, the NFL operations rule states that the injury guarantee protects the player. The team must pay the guaranteed salary. Did it happen? Was it because of authorized activity? Was it lifting weights with the Eagles? Yeah, he'll get his salary, but I think he wants to play though. I do. I mean, if we're going to week 2 and still hasn't returned, I'll start to say yeah, something's up. Can you show the practice? No, nobody can show the practice. I'll be tomorrow's public practice, so that one we can actually show, but you can't show. The Eagles don't allow tapings of their practices. Only the very beginning where they do some drills. Otherwise, you're not allowed to record it. So there is no. The only people that record it are the Eagles website, and then they'll put out what they want you to see. But people aren't allowed. Jalen Hurts throws a deep to Hollywood Brown. It was an overthrow. Would have been a touchdown. So he missed Hollywood Brown. There you go. Hurts throws it deep to Hollywood Brown, but his overthrow would have been a touchdown. So he missed him. McMullen said, team is worried it might be half a season injury. Yeah, that's bad. If that's a half a season injury, you have to go out and get somebody else. Then I would say let's hone in on Max Crosby if he's healthy. But if he's gone half the year, that's a big loss. Maybe go get Josh Sweat. You got to do something though, if he's going to miss that much time. I pray I'm wrong, but it feels like after Smitty, it's all dependable. You got to give him time. You know what they said at practice today is, and I read it earlier. Zach Berman said that the receiver, everything looks completely different with Devontae Smith on the field. He reminds me of Tariq. Yeah, in some ways. Yeah. Definitely not half season. You would think it wouldn't be a strained pectoral. Well, that's what it was, right? You would think it wouldn't be, but who knows? I mean, we'll see. We just gotta wait and see. As long as he's ready to go week 1. What happened today? Just came. You got Makai Lemon and Devontae Smith are back at practice. So that would be the biggest thing. We got 840 people in the chat. Make sure if you haven't, hit that like button. Make sure you guys subscribe. Appreciate you guys being here. We will be live tomorrow for the Eagles public practice, which will be able to show stuff. I'll be streaming with Joey Shake, so it'll be Philly Shakedown collab as always. So come hang out. Should be a lot of fun. BG incoming. I gotta think he could be. Yeah. Happened in July, so he should be good. I would hope so. I mean, half a year is a long time for him to be out with that injury. It wasn't a torn, it's strained. Yeah, they never said anything about being torn. We ain't forget about Wicks. I spilled my water. We ain't forget about Wicks. We want them to forget it. We want them to forget about him. That's going to be the secret. Oh, I agree. But my point exactly. But Cooper could step up. Wicks could step up. Yeah, and I think that's what the Eagles are waiting for. I mean, let's be honest. We're waiting for somebody to do that. And that's what you have to hope. And if nobody does, then you know what? You draft a receiver in the first round next year. I like Wicks though. I think Wicks, like, if he plays like he did his rookie year, the Eagles are going to be scary. Because his rookie year, I swear to you, I thought, man, this kid's going to be a star. And then he kind of just faded into the depth chart of all those receivers in Green Bay. You know, so yeah, it would be interesting. Curtin says, catching up with the show, but Shipley has always done well when he has had the opportunity. I don't know why Philly fans don't like him. I guess because he got caught once from behind. I don't dislike him. I just don't think he's flashy, so probably that's why. But I mean, like for a third running back, I don't think he's bad. Morning, Philly. I miss anything important? Makai Lemon and Devontae Smith are back at practice. They would get Brandon Graham, not give up a first round draft pick, pay him, and JG $30 million plus. We are good with Hunt, Smith, AJ Epinesa, and Arnold. I don't mind getting Brandon Graham. I don't. I think it sounds like they're going to keep a fullback, right? So it looks like maybe 3 running backs and a fullback. But yeah, I could see that. A pectoral tear recovery timeline is 2 to 3 weeks for mild strains, 4 to 8 weeks for moderate tears, 6 to 9 months for severe complete ruptures requiring surgery. Yeah, well, I mean, the Eagles said that. The Eagles said he would miss most of camp. And Vic Fangio, the last few weeks, has had no updates on that. So it's kind of been there. So I think we're right around there. Now, I don't know what McMullen said, so, that's a whole other thing. Not a lot of updates today, man. They're really not putting stuff out. they were the player. They had pads on, but they had shorts on also. So I think this is a lighter practice. Now tomorrow's going to be interesting. Tomorrow's going to be like a 2-hour practice, if not longer. We've seen some pec injuries take player half a season, or they're out for a season. I mean, I can think of like tears where they needed surgery and stuff, but I can't think of like what they're saying he had from lifting. Hurts carries himself with so much confidence because he has the authority. He's right. He's right next to the defensive coordinator, learning all he can, the entire defense from Vic Fangio, so he can. Oh, I know he is. I know he is, and I think Clint Hurt, when the opportunity comes, I really hope that the Eagles give him the defensive coordinator spot. Hey, I heard Derek Barnett was a free agent, and he can stay a free agent, or he can sign with McDonald's. 500, did you see how bad Dallas defense looked at preseason? No depth and CB schemes. There's nothing like Fangio's. No, I didn't. I haven't watched the Cowboys like for a minute. I haven't watched any Cowboys off preseason. I'll have to go watch it. They definitely should pay our great rookie quarterback a lot next game. Oh, play him a lot. I also agree should bring back Sweat. Yeah, I agree. So here you go. Seeing a lot of passes over the middle again from Jalen Hurts to Makai Lemon and Dontavian Wicks. Makai Lemon just got hit his first catch from Hurts on a screenplay. All right. Get him involved. I like that. Luckily, we won't need the greatest wide receiver room. Our O-line can run the screen. Yeah, pro block will just great enough to keep those linebackers stuck in. Agreed. I agree. It's that offensive line that's going to make or break us. 1,000%. Are we getting Reddick back? As of right now, I would say no. But, I mean, there are rumors, that they could be, that the Eagles are the favorite landing spot. I don't know what that always means, though, so just got to wait. I would pass. I would pass on Reddick. I need a 53-man from projection from you, big guy. Plus, I can't wait for the offense to open up and really turn heads. Yeah, I always do a 53-man prediction video after the last preseason game, right before the cuts. And I will definitely do one. It's usually pretty wrong. Remember when Denard Wilson was supposed to be our defensive coordinator? Yeah. Then Gannon said he was staying, so Wilson took it. Well, no. I don't think that's how it went. Gannon left. Vic Fangio was going to take the job, and when Vic Fangio was going to take the job, and then Gannon said he was staying, so Fangio goes to Miami. Wilson I think he got overlooked. I don't think the Eagles really seriously gave him an opportunity, which is stupid. I believe. I'm trying to. It's all jumbled together. Ward 85er, thank you so much for the super chat. Really, really appreciate you. Thank you so much. Hey, 500, tell the chicken littles out there the sky ain't falling at wide receiver. After Smitty, we're spreading the ball around to open beasts. No more diva crap. Go Birds Super Bowl. Yeah, I hear you. Like I think from a depth perspective, I think they're better off than they were last year. I think you got Devontae. I think the other guys are very, very capable. So yeah, I agree with you. The sky is definitely not falling. It's definitely not. They would get Brandon Graham. We are good with Hunt Smith. Yeah. I think that's true. I think it should be. Especially if Jalen Hunt looks like the guy that he seems like he's going to be, then you're correct. Rocky Davis Super Chat. A lot of y'all are going to eat your words with Lemon. He's a baller. Watched almost all USC games last season. Yeah, I think a lot of people are gonna eat their words on him. I think he's going to be good. I think he's going to be really good. Maurice Steele, thank you for the super chat. Did you hear about the 49ers owner? He got arrested in Ohio or something for what, like prostitution ring or something? Yeah, something like that, right? Or he pled guilty. I guess. I don't know. That's why I saw something in passing about it. All right, let's see. Yep, nothing. All right. And thank you for those super chats. Appreciate it. Kleinhurt is underrated. Must keep in house. He has the talent, but develops professionals. I agree. I think the Eagles, because I think they made him like an assistant coach too, like in his job title. I think they're telling him, we're going to give you the defensive coordinator job once Vic goes. You just got to hang tight. Lemon is a bowler, agreed. Rager and Lemon couldn't be any more different. Yeah, oh no, they're not the same. When they got Rager was primarily they were looking for a Deshaun Jackson guy on the outside. They were looking for a speed guy on the outside. That's what they drafted Rager for. Not like a slot receiver. Vic head coach, Clint Hurt for defensive coordinator next year. Let's go, baby. Well, I don't think Vic doesn't want a head coaching job. He's already said it. He's like Jim Johnson now. My question though is this: if Mannion is really good, you know teams are going to come for him. You know it. What do you do? How do you keep Mannion more than 1 or 2 years? That's the question. Smith is Devontae's better than Deshaun Jackson. I think Deshaun Jackson is one of the greatest deep threat receivers to ever play. I don't think he was an all around great receiver. I mean, he was okay. Devontae Smith is a better all around receiver. Let's see here. Yeah, nothing. It's got really quiet again, which always tells me they're getting close to the end. I actually thought the practice wasn't going to even go this long. Father, if Mannion is great, I still think teams want to see him do it again before trying to poach him. The guy always has zero coach experience. Yeah, he does, but I'm telling you, like, I don't think teams will wait. I think somebody will take him because it's like, what are we gonna do? Wait a year and then lose him to this other team? There's only gonna be more teams trying to get him. I I think I think if he has a great year, somebody's gonna try to get him. Do the Eagles step in and say we got to keep him at all costs or what? So why we signed Grizzard as a pass printer? He's an house replacement for Mannion if he leaves. That's true, but he's only signed what 1 year as well, right? Since the Cowboys are in a no-win situation with Dak and Milton among their fans, the Eagles should offer a trade for Andy Dalton for Milton. So what's going on? I haven't watched any Dallas stuff. What is going on with Milton? He played well, so now what? The Cowboy fans want him to start. Is that what they're saying? Smitty's a way better. He is 100. Mannion gets the credit he deserves and gets the head coaching job for our quarterback security, and that's interesting. Yeah, it's interesting. Mannion gets assistant head coach title when Vic retires. Interesting. Hey, Favre is limited. I don't know. I don't know how great he is at blocking. To be honest with you, I haven't heard anything bad about him, but I haven't really heard anything that he's great. Smitty already proved he's better than Djax. Djax is probably more exciting, but Smitty has delivered every big game, and it was a guy on the dagger. Well, I think like all around receiver, I think Deshaun Jackson is not as good as Devontae Smith. Devontae Smith is a better pure receiver in everything. Deshaun Jackson is one of the great big play wide receivers, speed receivers of all time. Of all time. Okay? Like, you can literally make an argument that does Deshaun Jackson go in the Hall of Fame for being, even though it's one dimensional, the greatest deep threat ever. Like, I think Deshaun Jackson probably the greatest deep threat ever. I mean, if you look at the amount of touchdowns he has from over 50 yards, it's crazy. But as an all-around wide receiver, I mean, the thing with Deshaun Jackson is he could have statistics like 3 catches, 136 yards, and a touchdown. But then he could go games with like nothing. Devontae's not that kind of guy. If Deshaun's your favorite, somebody said in passing, I saw he's a favorite receiver. Nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. All right, so that's it for practice. 70 minutes. Updates with Jalen Hurts play of the day. I assume that's going to be the pass to Hollywood Brown. So, yeah, it was an hour and 10-minute practice. We knew it was going to be short because tomorrow's going to be big. Djax has the most 50-yard touchdown. It's crazy. I think Djax is literally, I think he's the greatest deep threat of all time. Randy Moss is one of the greatest receivers of all time. Pure receivers. And a great deep threat, by the way, too. Always remember that Return Jackson had Miracle Meadowlands. Yeah. Yeah, and Jackson's probably one of the great punt returners of all time. Deshaun Jackson was nasty, but Devontae Smith is built different. Smith won Heisman and had like 2,000 yards. Just insane talent. Yeah, Smitty's an all-around receiver, Djax was better. He's not. He's not better than him. He's a better deep threat, but that's it. That's it. That's what we need, a legit after returner. The Eagles just don't invest. I know. It frustrates the hell out of me. It's like, here's the punt return, 4 yards, run into the defensive player, and then we take over. Like, can we get a legit threat? Look at Shaheed in Seattle. He gets traded last year to New Orleans, goes to Seattle, completely changes their return game. Why can't we have that? Djax has the speed. Smitty has better hands. Smitty has better hands. Smitty is a better route runner. Smitty is a better pure receiver. Think Christian Parker could take that heat on Dallas? Seems shook already. Nah, what's going on in Dallas? Why is he shook? I think Dallas kicked the Cardinals' ass. What happened? I haven't been following the Cowboys. I just need to get away from them. I think Djax is maybe perhaps the greatest deep threat. And I'll say arguably, because I'm sure, some people are going to say Randy Moss, but I think Randy Moss you got to look at as just a pure receiver. We're talking about just pure deep threat. I mean, maybe they say what, Tyreek Hill, but I think Djax got to be that guy. Djax had overwhelming speed as the best. To me, the best route runner I've seen other than Antonio. Agreed. Yeah, I agree. Yeah, Djax has 33 touchdowns. Is it 33? I mean, that's ridiculous. And it's not even close. And don't forget, Deshaun Jackson was also the first guy, I think, really to make the Pro Bowl one year at 2 different positions, right? He made it as a returner and a receiver, I believe. I'm not saying Djax is better, but dictates her coverage. Well, because of his speed, he was scary as hell, right? Like, defenses were so scared of Deshaun Jackson. And I've never seen a guy where defenses legitimately played 20 yards off of him and he still would go right by them. Like his speed is phenomenal. That's why I consider him. I think he's arguably the best deep threat ever. You know, Kobe always runs like his body's set to get hit really hard, and then he does get hit really hard. You know, Deshaun Jackson's my favorite wide receiver for the Eagles team between him and T. There's nothing wrong with that. Nothing wrong with that. I love Deshaun Jackson. Jerry Rice is the greatest wide receiver in the history of football. I think Randy Moss was the most talented wide receiver in the history of football. I don't think Randy Moss always gave his best effort. I think Megatron is up there. And then I think people always forget about Steve Largent. Sounds far-fetched, but Kobe is in the top 20 all-time punt average. Quez Watkins might be a return guy again for kicks, but I think he's valuable. But I don't like him. Like he's okay. Kobe to me is better in kick returns than punt returns. But like as a punt returner, I don't know. Yeah, I agree with that. I agree. DJ saw him many injuries in his prime, and years later of his career, Smitty is available every. That's true. Elliott has been really good the whole training camp leading up into that Patriots game. He missed 2 field goals in that game, was not good. But he was good since then, or before then. Philly, I didn't get to watch Jerry play. What 2000 or later receiver has the most similarities to Jerry Rice? Similarities. That's a great question. Because Megatron had the size. I think Randy Moss was the most talented. Like speed, size. Like if he wanted to, he could do it all. It's a good question. I think Jerry Rice was just smooth all the way around. He wasn't the fastest, but he could catch the ball, he was gone. Maybe like Antonio Brown, maybe, but he was a little smaller. But yeah, I agree, Kurtz. Maybe Antonio Brown. But Jerry Rice to me is the greatest receiver ever. Fitzgerald was good. Megatron's the best. Megatron to me is the most imposing wide receiver ever. Big, huge. Like if he didn't go to Detroit and would have like had a chance to go somewhere else and win, it'd be different. Chris Carter was great. Yeah, Chris Carter was great. Chris Carter was great with the Eagles. People forget. Like he had all the drug stuff and had to get out of the city, but man, I love when Chris Carter played for the Eagles. I loved Chris Carter. I loved him, and he would always make these ridiculous catches for touchdowns. Puka Nacua is bigger than Jerry was. Smitty got way more catches than he got drops. So if he drops one, I don't care about that. Now Smitty's the man. Calvin Johnson only played 9 seasons. If he had played long Jerry Rice, long as Jerry, he would be the best. Maybe, you know, I got Megatron probably like 4th or 5th best wide receiver ever. And I do think that only playing 9 years is a big factor and not winning. I do. But like no matter how you slice it, Jerry Rice to me is the best receiver ever. Megatron was like, if he plays, yeah, you might be right. You might be right about that. You know, Barry Sanders only played 10 years, and to me, he's the best running back of all time, and it's not even close. Best I've seen with my own eyes. I never saw Jim Brown, so me and my dad always argue about Jim Brown versus Barry. I didn't see Jim Brown, so it's hard. But based upon what I've seen with my own eyes, the best running back of all time is Barry Sanders. He only played 10 years, and he played with Detroit. If he would have been on another team, he would have been even better. Then I would have Walter Payton, too. Megatron was unstoppable. I think Josh Gordon had trash quarterbacks still put up numbers. He had, Josh Gordon had, like a 2 or 3 year stretch where he was ridiculous. Justin Jerry had lost to Jerry Rice. Yeah, maybe. Best slot receiver, Wes Walker. Argue with your mama. George Philly Eagle, welcome to Dingbat Nation. Thank you so much. Appreciate you. Thank you. I think T.O.'s up there with the greatest receivers of all time. I do think that, yeah. Barry Sanders has the best running back highlights of all time. Yeah. Yeah, it was unbelievable. It was unbelievable. There's just not if it was a Sunday and I had Sunday ticket back in the 90s and it was like Detroit's on offense. You everybody turned to watch Barry because he could be 5 carries minus 10 yards in the first half. And then all of a sudden he ends up with 185 yards on 10 carries. That's the way it was. And they didn't use Barry in the goal line. They didn't use him in the passing game. They didn't even use him right. If he was on Dallas, his numbers would have been insane. But where do you think Julio Jones ranks? Oh, I mean, I think he's got to be up there. He's got to be up there. Would it be wrong to put Darius Cooper on kicker? Well, they tried it 2 weeks ago, and it didn't look good, so I don't know. Yeah, Barry was wasted at Detroit. People forget that when Barry retired, he floated the idea of coming back if Detroit would trade him. Detroit refused to trade him. And a lot of people back then, there was a whole argument that the NFL should step in and force Detroit's hand because you're allowing a guy like that to just sit and rot and never play again. And I agree with that. Philly, you can't forget about LeBron with the amount of glaze he receives. Oh, well, yeah, I mean, LeBron James, for basketball, you mean? Yeah, you're talking about basketball, right? Julio Jones, top 10 all time. Yeah, Barry quit. Barry quit the year he was going to shatter the running back record. He had that year going into the year he retired. That year was the NFL was playing this huge thing to follow him as he breaks the record and he retired. He would have shattered that record. He 40. He didn't do a bad job. I just don't know. Could he do it every week? Steele could be returned. I'd have to see him do it. 500. Am I wrong? That other than Walter and Barry, most guys had great offensive lines. I mean, I think there are guys that didn't. I think there are some guys that didn't. Off the top of my head, who I got to think about that. But I'm sure that there are some others. What's up? How are you doing, Clay? I'm good. B-Dog said most memorable tackle was open field against Barry when he came to the league. Yeah, because that was unheard of. I remember that. That was we were all oh, this guy's a player. Yeah. Philly, that would be dumb for the NFL to step in and give one player special treatment and make Detroit trade him. You can't do that for one player, no one else. That's insane. That was a legitimate debate that was being. I'm not saying they should have or should. I probably would have done it, but the reason I would have done it was because as a league, you have Barry Sanders who's about to break the rushing record of all time, greatest running back. I mean, people can't get enough Barry Sanders, and Detroit let him rot because he was sick of losing. I don't know. I mean, I get your point. I see your point, and I get it, and I recognize it. But I don't like the idea that a guy like that talented just walked away so early. Adrian Peterson's a monster. Emmitt Smith has the greatest offensive line I've ever seen. The greatest offensive line I've ever seen was Emmitt Smith. You know, dude, my grandmother could have run through those holes. O.J. Simpson had a bad O-line per my father. Yeah, he might have. Jim Brown might. I don't know. Like those were a little before my time. Bo Jackson would have been the greatest running back of all time. Maybe the greatest. Bo Jackson, greatest athlete of all time. I mean, dude, that guy was a beast. I love when he runs over Boz. Bo Jackson was probably the greatest athlete. I mean, it was no joke, dude. The guy go play like Deion Sanders played baseball, but he wasn't that good at baseball. Like Bo Jackson was like a legit all-star baseball player and a great running back. Detroit also lied to Barry when they fired Wayne Fontes and hired Bobby Ross. Barry was frustrated. Oh yeah, you're right. I think you're right about that. I'm sorry, Emmitt Smith is overrated. I don't give a damn that O line was the greatest O line ever. And Emmett had to play a lot of years to catch Barry. I think Emmett's one of the greats of all time. I don't think he's as good as the Cowboy fans think he is. There's a lot of running backs I would take over him. I would take Barry over him. I would take Jim Brown over him. I'd take O.J. Simpson over him. I would take um, I would take Walter Payton over him. I would take who else would I take? I said O.J. right. I said Jim Brown. I said Barry. I'd take Adrian Peterson over him. I'd take who am I thinking of? Damn it. Damn it. Why can't I think of the guy's name from the Rams? Why is it slipping my. He's probably the most underrated running back of all time. And I can't think of his name. Damn it. It's slipping my mind. I didn't see Van Buren. Damn it. Damn it. What's his friggin' name? Why can't I remember his name? Marshall Falk, I would take over him, but that's not who I'm thinking of. Devontae Jones, Joe Davis, Super Chat. Bo Jackson's the only player to have all pros in two sports and broke wooden bats on his thigh. Every home run for the Royals. I know, it's crazy, dude. Yeah, Eric Dickerson, there it is. I think Eric Dickerson is the most underrated running back of all time. Like, I don't think he gets enough credit how good he was. Also, the running back in Buffalo was really good. There's a lot of running backs I would take over Emmett Smith, Thurman Thomas. Yeah, Marshall Falk. I'd take them all over him. To me, it was great. I mean, Emmett's good. He's a Hall of Famer. But damn, that's the greatest offensive line ever play. Yeah, Eric Dickerson. I would take Heath Sherman over him. No, I'm just kidding. I wouldn't take Heath Sherman over him. Or Anthony Tony. No, I wouldn't take Westbrook over him. I like Westbrook. Marcus Allen, you can make the argument Marcus Allen too. I mean, there's a lot of good running backs. What about Earl Campbell? Earl Campbell did have a long career, but the years he played, oh my gosh. Sean Alexander had some really good years as well. I'd take them all over him. Dante Jones, thanks again for that super chat. Marshall Falk was a beast, man. Two-way player. You know, he gets traded from the Colts to the Rams. That was a huge trade for the Rams. Dick Vermeil, by the way, did that. I think Derrick Henry's very underrated. Like, he's starting to get recognition now, but when he was in Tennessee for a lot of years, he didn't get it. Yeah, Gil Sayers, I never saw play, you know. I wouldn't take Fred Thomas over him. I wouldn't take Bettis over him. I would Dickerson, yeah. I wouldn't take Portis over him. But man, those were some good guys. John Riggins, I wouldn't take Riggins. Riggins, I hate Riggins. Riggins used to run us over, man. Riggins had talk about another one with a good offensive line. He had the Hogs of Washington. Yeah, first one, Eric Dickerson. Eric Dickerson, I just think he's one of the most underrated. Nobody, when they talk about the greats, they never include Eric Dickerson. And Eric Dickerson was one of the best running backs I've ever seen. And it's not even close. Yeah, OJ, but I didn't see OJ. LaDainian would be up there. Yeah. Yeah, LaDainian was really good. What was the other running back in Indy when the Colts traded Folk? They drafted what's his face from Miami. I can't think of his name either. He played with Manning and Harrison. 500 Jim Johnson or Vic Fangio if you need a defensive coordinator. I'm always the side of Johnson. Loves his aggressive. Well, I would go Jim Johnson too because I like the scheme better. I'm a big believer in the blitz. I believe that you got to go after quarterbacks, and nobody did it like Jim Johnson. So I would go Jim Johnson. Edgerrin James, yeah. Edgerrin James was a really good back too, man. He had a lot of good years. Yep, Edgerrin James. Yeah, you guys remember. 500. When I watched Barkley during his rookie year before his injuries, I thought his name would be on this. I did too, and I think it still can be. Because I think if Barkley could have another couple big years, I mean, he's going to have like really big years. But I would say Barkley, out of all the years I watched football, I think he had probably the greatest year as a running back of all time. Really. Ricky Williams, no. No, he wouldn't be up there. I mean, I like him, but I wouldn't put him up there. Running back list: 1, Bo Jackson, Barry Sanders, Peyton, Adrian. Yeah, I can't put anybody above Barry. I would go Barry. I would go Walter. It depends. If I'm counting the guys I've seen only, then I would go. It'd be Barry, Walter, Dickerson, probably Adrian Peterson. I can't think of it. And if I go guys I haven't seen, then I would go Barry, Jim Brown, Walter Payton. It would be like that. Curtis Martin had some really good years too. Jamal Lewis had some really good years. Yeah, they all did. I wouldn't put all those guys above Emmett, but there's quite a few guys I think were better than Emmett Smith. They just were. But anyways, guys, I am going to end this now. It was a fun conversation. We are going to get out. Eagles are going to be doing press conferences. They're probably already doing it. So, and OJ, yeah, you would have to put him up there if you include guys that you didn't like. I never saw OJ play, but based upon if I had to include those guys, he would be up there. He would definitely be. Bo Jackson didn't play long enough. I think that's what's going to hurt Bo is he didn't play long enough. But in terms of talent, yeah, he's got to be way up. He may be the best athlete of all time. But anyways, guys, I'm going to get out of here. I will see you guys tomorrow. Remember, we will be live for the open public practice. I'll be doing it with Joey Shake. So it'll be a Philly Shakedown podcast, and hopefully we'll get a lot of good video from that. With that said, I am going to get out of here. You guys have a great, great, great day, and we out. Peace.
2 minutes to go. You have plenty of time.
Come on.
Oh, shit! Dad! No!
It's over! It's over! This game is over! Cut it off, it's over!
Fuck.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay! Congratulations, Green Bay!
I said run the ball.
Congratulations, Green Bay! Dak Prescott, you need to be fired today! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak! That was on you, Dak!
I said run the ball.
That was on Dak Prescott! Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! Trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! You trying to defend the CeeDee Lamb! You got to give it to CeeDee Lamb! God!
That's crazy.
It's over! It's over, Dak! Put Trey Lance in the game. Trey Lance can't do worse than you.
I'm an idiot because I buy into this shit. I buy into this shit. Because here's the thing. I am a grown-ass man. And I talk the talk.
It's nasty for us to win a game.
It is killing me.
I feel it coming. I feel like it's going to take Jerry Jones taking. Cut it off. It's over.